uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom!
Hot dropping. What is it? Why is it important? How can you improve by doing it? And what are some of the ins and outs of it itself, like the tips, the tricks, things that'll make you better at it really, really quickly? Well, first and foremost, hot dropping is where you drop in a high resource area like Pachinki, Military Base, Picado, Hacienda del Patron, Villa. These are the kind of places you drop because there's going to be a lot of loot there. And when you come out of a hot drop, you've generally won the hot drop and you are absolutely packed to the eyeballs. Level 3 gear, an AR, an SMG if you want it, or a bolt action rifle, scopes, everything that you need to make the rest of your game successful. And the other element of hot dropping is it's more fun. You have gunfights. You end up in situations where you have to think very, very quickly and critically on your feet and beat the other guy. You need to improve your movement to the point where you're able to take advantage of opportunities, and you need to work on your anticipation and your tactical thinking, because really there is so much going on in every individual hot drop that if you get good at this, it will improve every other facet of your gameplay. You'll count people who are knocks, try and figure out where their partner's coming from, which is how I got that kill just there. And your movement is just incredibly important. Being able to sort your movement out will actually make you a much, much better player. And hot dropping, it doesn't just teach you that, but it makes you better at it because you're constantly in situations where that is the number one important thing to be doing. Let's have a look at this situation on Midstein where there's a duo that are pushing me. I'm in one of the 3 stacks in Midstein and it's pretty hectic. It's actually a third party. There's a guy down below me that they kill and then they're coming up. Watch this. This is me changing levels. There's a dude in the other 3 stack and now I'm up coming from underneath them, which completely wrong foots them. Like, it's a close thing, but I get that first knock because the guy is just like, what the hell? There was a dude above us and now he's below us. How did this happen? It happened so quickly. Then there's a race to see, is he going to heal up? Does he go for the clear? No, he hasn't healed up. He hasn't gone for the clear. It means I've got more hit points than he does and I'm comfortable pushing. This is so much part of the gameplay. Hearing footsteps, and then turning that into a situation where the guy thinks I'm coming straight down the corridor towards him, jumping without touching the sides, and actually clearing the target as he third-party peeks with the DBS. These are all the kind of things that you want to get better at when you're playing PUBG Mobile, and the best way to do that is at the start of the game. I understand that a lot of you play for rank, and I played for rank too. I mean, I've got ace a bunch of times. I've never got Conqueror. I've never had the drive to actually put that much time into the game, probably because I have so much responsibility as a content creator, and I don't really do content that's just one game where I talk over the top of a game very often. My content is nearly all very tactical orientated, or it's about guns and I have to do a lot of testing. And for that reason, I kind of got off the grind train very, very early. And I found that I actually got better as a player by ignoring raiding. I would, for seasons, I would drop boot camp in FPP, and if I won boot camp, I'd just grenade myself and then start all over again. Because you were dropping into an area with 30 people, solo squatting and trying to get out on your own, and it was a massive challenge. And you can see with all of this, look, that was like just pure panic from both sides. You can see with all of this, there's a couple of things that stand out. There are everything that I'm doing, different weapons. I'm hardly ever full health. I'm always working at fitting a heal in. And that tactical thinking is so important. You've got to figure out there's people coming. Is it worth me healing or is it worth me changing guns? I really want to get this barrel. And then I'm going to have a heal and work through things. It's all about that. And you're going to see in this engagement here, we get a very interesting, we get a headshot on him, he gets a headshot on us, and now we're very, very low. We've got to clear one of them. And then instead of panicking and trying to get the other guy, I'm going to stretch this out. They're still thinking it's a 2-on-1. I'm just trying to create a situation where I can isolate one of them. Here we go, and then I'm off. Forget about thirsting. He is now an anchor for that other guy. And this is why you love hot dropping, because look at this. That guy's now going to make a decision. Do I revive my teammate? Or do I go and push this other dude? I get a whole heal in while he does that, and then we get the clear. And it's all about being calm, and hot dropping teaches you to be calm and analyze and work through things under the pressure cooker and the adrenaline-soaked sponge being wiped across your PUBG Mobile face. Talk about adrenaline-soaked. What about this bloke? Look at him. He's built himself a little fort at the top of the 3-stack. This guy downstairs doesn't know what's going on. He just doesn't understand what's going on because he can't find the bloke at the top because he's hiding inside a fort. This is what you do when you love PUBG Mobile as much as he does. Where the hell was I? Yeah. So you've got to be good with any weapon. You've got to be especially good. You need to work on your shotgun game. I might talk about that a little bit later. You're going to have to get kills with pistols. And you need to understand something that's very, very important. It's not always about have you got the perfect loadout. Oftentimes it's about, is your loadout better than the other guys? If I've got armor and any kind of gun, and I know that the guy behind me landed late and hasn't had to... Look at these guys driving through town looking for action. Yeah, I'll give you action. Beep your horn at me, buddy. I'll let you off. We're going to thirst that bloke up as well before his mate gets over to do anything about it. Thanks very much. Don't mind if I do. Then I'll push them. If I've got armor and a weapon, I'll push. Because you have to start playing the odds of PUBG Mobile. What are the odds that I've found, say, a Scar L and a level 3 helmet and a level 1 vest, and the other guy has found better than that? He has probably not even got a gun, let alone what I've got. The big leveler here is you've got to be really, really careful of people with shotguns. I know from bitter experience that I've had many occasions where I've had a shotgun and torn apart people with much better gear than I have just because I've made one shot. But that's the nature of the beast. Here I've got an SKS. I think it's Benji, pushes back in and says there's someone on me, and then we're going to go push across and he's going to get a gun. That's teamwork on a hot drop. If you can get the same group of people all the time dropping with you, you can be so devastating. You really can. And once you realize that guns like SKSs and SLRs and things are actually viable hot drop weapons, Mini 14s, those kind of things, you can be a lot more successful. You can see this guy's pushing up and all we've got is the SKS and he's not going to stop. There we go. Cleared. Thanks very much. The joy of that too is that sometimes you will not have any other weapon apart from a DMR. And learning how to use a DMR correctly will save your life. You can go and learn that in TDM gun games. You can go and learn that in TDM domination modes. Go and have a look at the people running around with SKSs and QBUs. QBU is another one. If you drop on top of a QBU, you can win. Like, that is a gun that when used correctly can win all kinds of things. And you will start getting used to various parts of the hot drop, like shotguns, for God's sakes. Shotguns are just insane. You'll start getting used to various part of the hot drop meta. And by meta, I mean just the chess game. What's X got? What's Y got? Which one's better? Do I go up on the roof? Do I camp a corner? And there are times when you'll literally run in and you'll just be so sure where the other guy is because you've played the game that many times and you've seen this roll out that many times that it just feels like you've already won the gunfight. This is a really interesting example of this. I don't actually finish that guy. I leave him alone because that is a wonderful anchor now for the guy who's coming across from the west. Now, this is his teammate. It's not ideal range for what I've got going on here, and I'm going to let him go up those stairs. I know he's going up there to get to his teammate. Who's there? He's been crawling way up the top. And that was an example. Wait for it. Here we go again. I'm going to let this guy, I'm going to strafe out, and then just going to pull back. And I'm going to let him panic and use his entire clip. Here he comes. Excellent. These are the things that hot dropping will teach you. They will teach you how to do this, and then they will teach you how to do it at the end of the game when everything's going absolutely mental. Here's a great example of a shotgun. He's got an AKM, he thinks he's got the win, and he wanders in, and yeah, it just changes the whole game. Here's another example of someone who lands, gets a good gun, and chases me, and just as I'm trying to get away with my pan in the air, he pops in, and I've just picked up an AKM. Like, it's such a lucky dip. And have a look at his gear. He'd already picked up a flare and a DP28. What a cheeky monkey. There are so many decisions to be made. And it just increases your level of tactical thinking and your ability tenfold. If you keep doing this, you are going to become... I mean, I had to decide not to shoot that. That was a bot. Find the guy that had actually knocked my amigo Heckler. And Mitchie was up. Then we push over here. And we clear the last target. And this is a hot dropping in a nutshell. Look at this. I come in here, I've jumped off the roof, there was 2 guys with me. This is a really interesting one because it might look like I should just push and kill and clear this guy, but there is a real... Okay, so I got him, right? But have a look at my health. The other guy's got a 1911, right? He's only got a 1911, but he's... At 1911 does 40 damage. Like to your chest. If he hits me in the chest, I've only got like 55 health. I'm like, oh, dude, I don't want to get hit by that. If that hits me, I'm a one shot. So I really need to make sure that it's just. I know this sounds crazy, but this is the ideal thing about hot dropping is you've got to learn this fine line between aggression and control. And you can see I've dropped on it now. I've got no helmet, but I've got a DBS and an M416. And I'm just pushing into these guys for love or money. Like, this is such a good spot for me. And this is when you know you've got that advantage. You've got to aim at home. And it really makes you move around the map, which just sets you up for late game stuff so nicely. It is a real eye-opener. When you start getting an idea on the space around you and using it correctly, you'll be a lot more effective. I'm Bushka. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. That would help me tremendously. Like the videos and share them if you think they're worth sharing. And just look after yourselves. Be nice to each other and have a great time out there. It's a good game and it's a lot of fun to do it with the people you love and you enjoy their company. So why not do more of that? Until next time, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.